Well, the booze ban is back with immediate effect. So let's get some reaction on this from the CEO of the Beer Association of South Africa, Patricia Pillay. Patricia, with immediate effect, that is what the President Cyril Ramaphosa has had to say around the rebanning of alcohol. What say you as the SA Beer Association of South Africa?
Well, as you can imagine, Faith, we are concerned about the announcement that the President has made. I think for two reasons. The one is the impact that it will have on the people in the industry. When we had the 9-week lockdown, there were over 100,000 jobs that were lost. A lot of small businesses had actually shut down, and we have over 35,000 township businesses that are going to be bankrupt. So besides this, we also have the issue of the fact that this industry will just move into the illicit economy, and that's very concerning to us.
I mean, on the other side of it, the President was very meticulous in being able to articulate the fact that, unfortunately, at this stage, not enough lives, for example, are literally being saved because of this COVID-19 pandemic. And the fact that people are abusing alcohols, including putting pressure on trauma units in the various healthcare facilities, this has mitigated the decision to actually shut down. So in that, straddling between a rock and a hard place for the President in making a decision to save lives, or at the other side of it, as you're saying, save jobs.
We absolutely understand that, and one of the things that we've been doing is approaching all the premiers across the various provinces. We've had various engagements in terms of working together in terms of a social compact where we can deal with this issue. You know, there's no point in putting a Band-Aid over it. We need to deal with what the systemic issues are with this. So there, as South Africans, we have a problem in terms of the substance and the way we use the substance and abuse the substance of alcohol. So we don't believe that the ban is the right way to deal with it because, like I said, all South Africans will do is get it from an illegal source. So for us, what we would really like to do is to engage with the President and his advisors and his teams and the ministers in terms of how can we work together as industry and government in really dealing with what is it that the issue is.
We're talking here about what the issue is. What do you think the issue is? Is it around behavior? Is the issue the fact that people are not able, are mostly binging instead of being able to drink responsibly? Where you're talking about systemic issues. Where, in your opinion, is the issue?
It's so broad. There's so many different aspects. You're right. It is definitely, we have a binge drinking culture in South Africa that needs to be resolved. I think there's underage drinking that we need to look at. There's matters in terms of, and the President has rightly said, there have been parties going on, and we understand that, and that is why we have been appealing to the public to say, look, you need to drink responsibly. And we've been asking for drinking in moderation. But I think what I really want to stress is that we are here as an industry to work together. And it is disappointing to say that we have been making appeals to say, can we come together and work on a social compact? I don't think that government can do it alone. I don't think industry can do it alone. I think we have to work together to come up with a solution. It's not a COVID issue, and I just want to stress that. This is pre-COVID. I think we're feeling the strain now because there are so many COVID patients going to the hospital. But this issue is long in our country, that people have been and have a culture of abusing alcohol. It is something we've been working with through our sister organization, aware.org, but I definitely think we can get to a solution if we come together and really invest in this, which we're prepared to do as an industry, and put money aside and put money to this to say, how do we deal, like I said, with the actual root cause, going into communities and actually working together.
I mean, clearly, if the President has announced the immediate banning of alcohol, it means that all of this coming together is clearly proving to be fruitless at this stage. And as a result of this, we're finding that, unfortunately, the healthcare system is under severe, tremendous pressure as healthcare workers trying to fight this COVID-19 pandemic. So if you're rightly saying that, indeed, it is around an issue of pre-COVID, we're now in the midst of a pandemic. Is that not then the right decision to take, to immediately cut out, so to say, the dragon's tail before any form of harm is further exacerbated in the aim to actually save people's lives?
Well, unfortunately, we haven't been able to get an audience with the president. I understand that, obviously there's big decisions that have had to be made, but, it would be great if we could actually sit down and talk about the social compact that we'd like to propose.
Yeah.
So I think that if we can actually have the opportunity, we can sit and look at what it is and these initiatives that can be put into place. So I don't think we've fully explored what the solution can be, but I also do think that when we look at these hospital incidents, when we look at drinking and driving, there's many solutions that we need to support government on, and we do. In terms of drinking and driving, we absolutely believe that there should be zero tolerance. We also believe that the bill should be pushed in terms of a 0% alcohol limit, in terms of you should not be drinking and driving. And these are all things as an industry we are totally supportive of. And we are on the side of government here. We are saying do not abuse alcohol. But we really, once again, stress that a ban is not the way to go. I can assure you, people will still obtain alcohol from the illicit trade. They will be brewing at home, and they will be using their own concoctions, and people were dying. And you've seen it you are the reporters, you've seen it, people were starting to die. And this is what I fear. So besides the economic impact, I fear that now people are just going to go back to that. And so are we really dealing with a problem here? And this is my concern.
Patricia Pillay will leave it there for this evening. She's the CEO of the Beer Association of South Africa, giving us insight there in terms of that ban on alcohol as instructed now by President Cyril Ramaphosa.